Hello, it's Moosey here from Dal Riata for the weekly summary for Sunday, the 11th of April 2021. And it has been another one of those really crazy busy weeks where we have had three events on. We've had Guild Wars, we've had the Crown Jewels, and we've had Raid Boss. It's also been one of those tricky ones where the Crown Jewels is not such an easy event and people have been struggling. So subsequently we've been struggling to come to the end, but actually it's been a very good week overall, and I've got to say pretty happy with how things have gone. Let's start off by having a look at the guild, how we've gone, and one of the quite cool things I like this week is that of course we've trashed all these as usual, but we have almost completed um, a fifth epic task, which is great. But mainly because some of our sentinels have really, look at this lyric, 3.8 million, El Diablo 5.2 million, some very Akira, Erica 3 million, some very generous amounts of gold donations going on here. So thank you very much, guys. So that's really, that's brilliant news, really. As far as Guild War goes, status quo, really, absolutely thrashing our opponents as usual. And again, it's because we have the policy of Guild Wars being mandatory, which I think mostly the message has got. I haven't done this today. Mostly hasn't got has got through to everybody. There's just a couple who haven't played. Fonzie Man hasn't played anything this week, but actually, to be fair, did give warning. So Fonzie Man did let me know that he's going to be busy for a couple of weeks, but actually that gives me a chance to explain what happens when this occurs. And then we've got a couple here who will be facing a demotion because of this business here. So that's just that. So there's no hard feelings, in our guild when somebody gets demoted. And I'll just go have a look at the roster here. So if you're a sentinel, yet again, if you're a sentinel, you've pretty much earned your stripes, and you. I don't really even worry about you unless you got zeros for a while. The Sentinels get the game. They give lots to the guild. They play the world events. They talk lots. They share stuff. They understand the game. And actually, speaking of such, as we're going to have a new Star-Lord is going to be a new Sentinel this time, because one of the criteria for being a Sentinel is, of course, reaching 10 million here, and Star-Lord reaches that. And Star-Lord does post talk on chat and Discord, and does post teams. So there you go, reached all the criteria. Congratulations, we have another Sentinel. And it is my aim, actually, my ultimate aim is to have everybody a Sentinel, so I don't have to demote or kick anybody. But until that point, we do have to demote and kick people, because you can only negative reinforce in this game. You can't give people prizes for doing well, which other games do. The guild master does get rewards that they can share out amongst people who have done well, but this game doesn't work like that. This game only means you can punish people if they do badly. So we boot people out who don't perform, or we demote them. And so when, for example, I'm not bagging Fonzie Man at all. Fonzie Man has been a great member of the team, and actually did the right thing and told me that he was going to be, or she was going to be, busy for a few weeks playing a different game, and that's completely fine. If you're away for a week, I will let it slide and do nothing about it. But if it's a few weeks, I don't really trust you to, unless you're a Sentinel, I don't really trust you to come back, because chances are you're not going to, and that's just from experience. So what happens is that every week if you're getting zeros, you get demoted. So if you're a commander, then you'll go to Legionnaire the next week, and then you'll go to Recruit, and then after that you get booted out. So that actually gives you, the higher you are in the guild, the longer you get before you get booted out, and I think that's pretty fair. That means you have to not play for 3 to 4 weeks before getting booted out. can't get much more fair than that. We have to carry, we usually carry at least one person like that who's drifting down the ranks. And if you come back within that time, you can work your way back up, and that's fine. So no dramas. But it also means if you're a recruit, it means you're very tenuous, because it means you have to make it. Lauren here is completely safe because Lauren only just joined. But we'll be looking at how the other recruits have been doing in the events and see whether they're going to be remaining in the guild or not. Now, this is something that goes on during the week. So if we hit 30 members during the week, then I go and do this process during the week, because I'm not going to carry somebody who's not contributing during the week. And the thing I look mostly during the week is at the world event, because the world event is probably the most important thing, the most important guild thing anyway. And the reason why it is the most important thing is because we want this major orb of chaos. All the sentinels here, and all the commanders, all the end game players want the major orbs of chaos, because we want to get orbs of chaos and we want to collect them, and we want to, I can't even bother showing, you know what I'm talking about. You want the major orbs because we want orbs of ascension, and we want to get power orbs, and we want to get Zulgoth and all the other cards that you can only get from collecting those things. So that's the main driver for us, is to complete these events. We had 2 of them this week. We had Raid Boss. Raid Boss is typically a whole lot easier than the world event, and we got there very, very easily. So we got that major orb of chaos very easily. We also got it very easily because these two players here, got, well, we got 55,000 between us, which is, probably what's the total of the second half of the last 15. Now there is a bunch of people here who didn't play at all, but usually the Raid Boss, the second weekend event, I don't care so much about this. This is not so important. You won't get demoted just for doing badly in that one. You will get demoted for doing badly in the world one. So I do have a look at how we're doing here, and this one was a little bit frustrating. Because numerous times I explained, well, for one, I posted on Discord the strategy. The point system was quite different in this game this week, so it was I can't even show it. Yes, I can. The Maid of Envy is worth the most points, but is the lowest rarity in terms of enemies. So normally it goes in mythic, legendary, rare, common, or whatever, uncommon. And usually you'd ignore the blue ones. So you had this situation where people who didn't know the strategy, there's one, didn't kill any Maid of Envies, but the Maid of Envy was actually worth twice as many points as any legendary, any other one. So the purple ones were worth 8, and the legendaries were worth 10. The Maid of Envy was worth 20. And I did post that on the first day. I posted it every day, and I posted it on the first day in Discord, and I always do that. Within the first hour after reset, I post the point strategy, and it has changed. So they do mix it up. The developers change it almost every week at the moment. We've had 4 different point strategies, point scoring world events in 4 weeks. So you do have to kind of think about it. Now, it made this event particularly difficult because it meant the lion's share was from getting these guys, but it also meant that when you were fighting, the levels escalated really fast for the Maid of Envy, because if every time one popped up you attacked it, the levels of these guys went up faster than these guys. It also meant that the best strategy, because these are all worth the same points, these are all worth 8 points, so it would be silly for me to attack the 325. It's smarter for me to take the 310, so I get an easier fight. And of course, if you have a level 21 and a level 325 one here, you should be taking the level 21. So that's also the opposite strategy as normal. So two very strange, disparate strategies there this week. So it meant that people didn't play properly. So it meant we got lower scores. So that made it more difficult. But it was actually quite hard, because the teams were quite tough. So the restriction of night is tough, and we had blue knights, which is, well, actually lots of knights are blue, but knights are not particularly good cards. So it made the teams hard. This is a very good team that was given to me by Lyric. It is not the team I used for most of the event. I only found this team from Lyric today off chat, and it made a difference. I got to take out about another 5 Made of Envies, but now I'm struggling again. So I'm finding that battle I might lose. That's getting tough for me now. 626 is about my limit. Before it was about 560. But so there is no point me going and buying this tier here for 500 gems. I would get 20 event sigils, but I'm not going to get any points because I'm not going to be taking out the Maid of Envy. So I'm not going to increase this very much. I might, if I'm lucky, increase it by 200, but I'm also starting to reach high levels here. So I'm not going to give 20 times 8 is 160 points. So let's say I get 160 points plus another 40 points from getting some Val Ravens, and getting some extra sigils. I'm going to get, for 500 gold, I'm going to increase the total by 160, which is going to get us up to 5,000. We're still 2,000 short. So I'm unable to help us anymore. I have helped us to this point, but I can't help us anymore. Who has to help us then? Well, these guys down here. So it's these guys are the ones that can get a couple of 100 points each. These guys can get 500 points each, or 600 points each. These guys can get 200 or 300 points each, and they will easily make it. So we can't really afford to have this massive tail end. So I mean, everybody should have been getting. I could look on Discord actually, because I posted it on Discord what the average should be. I can't remember what it was, but the average required to complete this event was, I think, 900 and something. So everybody under here not getting to 900 it is not reaching the average. So that means everybody above that has to carry them, and we just can't. When there's not enough people playing, and when there is mistakes in the strategy, we can't do it. It's going to be touch and go tomorrow. I've got to say, I've seen us pull through with a greater deficit than that. So we might make it. I don't know. I've still got 5 sigils left, so I'm going to get maybe 50 more points. So I'll contribute a little bit, but we might get there. We'll see. I'm hoping, because I really want that major chaos. Now, enough said about that. There is actually quite a few demotions, because as I briefly zoomed through there were some big tail ends. So we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 demotions this week, and actually none of those are there'll be no kicking. There's no kicking. Well, the kicking's already happened. Actually, it happened at the end of yesterday, but that's why we're on 29. But actually, there'll be other people going down, and like I said, Star-Lord's being promoted. So pretty good week. Bit of shuffling around in the guild, but otherwise very good. So in terms of, we finished that. I'm going to be optimistic. We're going to finish this, and we totally won this by miles. That's just brilliant. And I think actually, well, it is worth mentioning, I think I've only managed to hold on to Paragon for no weeks at all. I became Paragon in the last one, and I think it looks like I'm going to be knocked out. 57. Look, certainly got. I can't get that many points. 7,800, 900 points. I can't get that. So Lyric is going to beat me. Probably somebody else is too. Edward might do. Yeah, okay, so I didn't manage to hang on to Paragon at all. Oh well, never mind. That's the way it goes. Oh, actually, Star-Lord's going to beat me as well. So I'm going to be down. I'm going to be down here. If I'm lucky, I might even be booted down to. Oh my word, I might even be booted down to Herald. Well, there you go. That's life. Remember the Paragon. There is a bit of a responsibility being the Paragon. Because you get a percentage of everybody else's Sentinels added to yours, so you do have a bit of an advantage. But oh well, never mind. That's life. Well done, everybody. Well done, Lyric, especially. And thank you very much, Lyric, for your teams. You've been awesome this week sharing your teams. So, now, without further ado, let's look at what's going on next week. Next week is, of course, after the busiest week that you have in a month, we've got the laziest week. So next week is a bunch of rubbish. So we have a world event in Silverglade. Silverglade is one of the Magic Kingdoms over here. This is the one with the elves. Where is it? It's up here somewhere. Here it is, Silverglade. Hooray! So we've got Silverglade happening. I don't have that mythic. I would like that mythic. Silverglade doesn't have many troops, so I certainly hope that's not going to be a troop. A troop restriction is going to be Silverglade, because that's kind of crappy. We've got Will of Nisha, and we've got, I think it's Queen Aurora. Let me just see. I haven't got. It is Queen Aurora. I haven't got Queen Aurora. So I'll be maybe spending some event keys to try and get Queen Aurora. But yeah, I don't think we've even got 22 Silverglade troops to get that up to anyway. But we will be getting a new Silverglade troop, and that is Forge Mistress. They will be getting that tomorrow. Tuesday we have the Underworld team of Hall of Guardians. Hall of Guardians is the home of the Gargoyle and the Sentry here. Hall of Guardians is... Oh, why have I not got that to 500? Well, there you go. I'm going to be getting that to 500. I need to get that up. That's only 140, so I certainly need to get that up. And I clearly need to get my Treasure Hoard level up. So I'll be doing Hall of Guardians on Tuesday. An obvious easy team for Hall of Guardians is... let's see if I've got one loaded. Let's see. Ah, there you go. Here's the obvious one for Hall of Guardians when you get up really high. It's yellow-black, which means you can choose a really cool team at the beginning, which is fast, and that would be Mountain Crusher, Gargoyle, 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 or Mountain Crusher, Gargoyle, Gargoyle. What's another mana generator? Harpy Mage. Harpy Mage starts with 75% of mana and creates brown. So that would feed into all the other three. So I suggest starting this event with Mountain Crusher, Gargoyle, Gargoyle, Harpy Mage. Or you can do probably some sort of Tesla. No, you can't. No, blue-red. Tesla's blue-red. Anyway, that would be my team to start with, and then I would switch to this team here. Actually, I wouldn't. I would switch to... because Agent gave me a better team for this. Is it Mankini? No, how do you spell that? It's not Mankini. I keep on saying Mankini, but it's something else. Spiked Manriki, that's it. That's who I've been using. Yeah, Spiked Mankini is great, because Spiked Mankini, when you cast it, tangles the first enemy, which is really good when you actually... It entangles the first enemy, so it does really... I'm going to even show you. Let's show you this team. So this is, if you haven't used this team, this is what it does. So you're basically just trying to charge Shabanu. It doesn't really matter. I mean, if the banner's such that you get 8 mana for one yellow match. So matching yellow and charging Shabanu's fine. Charge blue second and purple third, but you're just trying to race to get this up. We've run out there, unfortunately, so we don't have any, so I'm just matching nothing. We're getting another yellow, so let's do that. So now you can actually cast Finesse and you get 6 mana for Shabanu, but you also want to not be hit by this 136 here, because you don't want this Finesse to die. So anytime skull match comes up, you want to take it so they don't get it. So I will ignore this purple match down here in order to deny them getting this one. Unfortunately, I've got another one, so I have to take that. So it's not even damaging him, but rewarded. Hooray! So rewarded with a nice 4 match there, and now there's actually a yellow match up there. Okay, so now we've got Shibanu up. I want to get Manriki. Manriki. As soon as Manriki comes up, I want to entangle this guy, because then I never have to worry about skulls again. But I've got a 4 blues here, so let's take that, because that gives Finesse a +8 bonus to all stats, which is marvellous. Nothing else is happening, so I'm going to cast Spike to Manriki. It does splash damage to the person above them, to the troop above and below, so I'll just do that one. And now you'll see they're entangled. They get 0. I don't have to worry about those, so I'm going to ignore them. And I'm now going to charge. I'm going to put a bit of defense on Finesse first. So let's just start looping. No need to. If that entangle disappears, I'll cast Manriki again. No need to at the moment. I could opportunistically take that to gain 8 more skill points, but I'm not going to, because I'm not going to. I could actually kill this team fairly fast now with this 172 splash damage. But if this was for like 500, 500, 500, 500, which it probably would be later on, start casting Shibanu on herself, because what that does is this number goes up here, and that's really cool, because I'll show you what happens. Actually, it didn't happen then, but usually you manage to cast it on yourself, and there you go, suddenly 77. And if you just do this a few more times, you can get it up to something decent. Oh, okay. Sometimes she doesn't. You don't get the loop, so you don't get there yourself. I don't have it, do I? Still got an entangle. I'm going to give them a turn. Okay, so there you go, 173. So now I can start doing it on other guys. So if I do it on him, whoa, look, it's those stats now. If I do it on Manriki, bang, look at those stats. And look, 624 splash damage. And now I'm going to start killing people. And there we go. So it didn't have to do that. I just wanted to show you how you do it. So you basically just charge yourself up to the point you don't want to charge yourself anymore and kill the enemy. And you can do that all the way up to 500. So that's why you would choose that yellow team. So here we are on level 500. Easily going to get there with that team. It's not very difficult. So that's quite fun. I'll finish that tonight before Tuesday. So that's the faction assault. What else have we got? Wednesday we'll have a pet, and the pet is, gosh, what is the pet? Quatramanus. Oh no, actually no, I don't know who that is. Leafette. Leafette is the Silverglade one, so that's fine. Then the class is Archmagus. That's Silverglade one is Archmagus, and oops. I think my Archmagus is only 60, so I'll be playing the Archmagus class to get that up. So that's great. So see you there. Whoever's playing on Thursday. Friday is nothing. Oh, no, Friday's the arena, which is of course the worst event in the land, and most people don't play it. So we do have a arena event, which actually makes me think. How are we doing in going up the ranks? Let's just have a look. I think we were on 343, so we've gone up 2 ranks, so that's good. Still cruising up. That's nice. Look at that, we've got 30 members. So yes, bang, there will be somebody being booted out, but so we must have actually just got somebody, because we were just looking at the rosters before and we didn't have a new one. There we go. Welcome aboard Orosdong. Ordosdong. Welcome aboard. You've just joined us. So there you go. Yeah. Okay, so if you're watching this video, then brilliant, because you've just had explained to you how this guild works. Now, anybody else, if you see somebody join us, please recommend that they watch this video, because again, I've just explained exactly how this guild works. But that's all I have to say. I'm not going to show you any teams today because I've showed you that one team. Get on Discord. We have a library of teams on Discord, and I'm trying to add one every day, and that will just build up a massive library over time. But otherwise, that's a really good week. Well done, everybody. Thank you very much for making this game awesome. See you and talk to you in chat. Okay, bye bye.